Beep boop. But hello, if you're watching this video, if you didn't catch the day before yesterday's stream, the reason why is because I decided to watch some clips of Germany in their latest final. Sorry, not final, friendly. And whoever posted the video, I can't remember who it was, like, it's completely under fair use to watch something on a live stream and react to it. Like, but hey, they just copyright striked it. So unfortunately, that stream got deleted from the history. Unfortunately, I will make sure I don't, hopefully not do anything to infringe the copyright on this stream so that it's a video. But yeah, that was kind of stupid, unfortunately. I can't really do anything about that either, which is really annoying. So yeah, whoops. But what's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Got some big stuff to talk about today. God, I might get copyright strike just for that. I don't want to put a GIF there, do I? I want to go, yeah, Euros prep. There we go. We are live. Oof. I think it's bold to assume Buscaglia will still be at PSV next year. I think it's bold to assume Mertens will still be at Galatasaray next year as well. But, and no one asked me for my opinion on this. I'm just giving it for no reason. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he gets a new contract. I don't know. I don't think Buscaglia will stay, but yeah. But what's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be looking at some Euro stuff, doing some Euros prep. There is friendlies this weekend as well, which I'm going to be looking at too. I built out some lineups that might be my lineups, but they likely won't be now. Looking at all the friendly stuff that's like also coming into play. Well, they might actually, because I didn't really do All-Star or anything like that. I just did cap modes. But the fact that none of the friendly stuff is on here is kind of annoying. I don't know why Sorare doesn't have the friendly stuff. I'll have to ask Andrew Laird and see if there's a reason why they don't have it. I'm sure there's a reason. There'll be some kind of explanation. But on Sorare itself, I noticed that from clicking on the play button, there actually was friendly stuff in the upcoming game week. Not everything's there, I don't think, but like there's a lot of stuff that's there. So like Neuer's there. I haven't seen any French players yet, but we've got some English players. You've got Kyle Walker there. I don't know like what days people play their friendly, so that also could be a factor. Doubt Cruz plays. But yeah, you've got obviously the German games there. England. You've got Costa Rica versus Uruguay. I don't know if there's a way for me to filter this where it's like only shows certain leagues. I don't think it does it? But yeah, so there's obviously some. They don't have everything, but they have some. Hello, Mike. How you doing, mate? You all right? They obviously have some. I don't know what they have in terms of everything so far. And obviously, it's hard to predict who's going to play as well. I imagine these friendlies will be relatively full strength because I would imagine like Germany versus Ukraine, I would imagine they go relatively full strength because I would guess that they're preparing for the Euros. Which makes me think that they'd probably go full strength, right? But injury risk is also a thing, so it's tough. Ireland, what's up, brother? How you doing? Blue Tomatoes, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? You guys good? Yeah, so basically I just talked about the friendlies upcoming. I've made some moves recently. Since the last stream, we made a couple of moves. I did tweet about one of them, but we have some new additions to the gallery, including Kylian McPaypal and a Flo Wirtz that I bought 2 hours ago. So we are furthering our preparation into the Euros and into the summer. I basically want to have like 3 really strong Euros lineups, to be honest. That's kind of the aim and the goal. That's kind of what I want to have. And I think like that's definitely possible with what I've bought so far. I think from where I'm at now, what I'll probably end up doing after this is I've kind of bought into maybe bought into stacks a bit more than I wanted to, if that makes sense. So I think from here I'm like there's one more card. I've got a bid on a Mittelstadt from the last stream that we spoke about. I did whack a bid on just because like there wasn't any on the market for cheaper than the auction. You know, people are trying to sell this card at like a ridiculous price. I think the last sale was quite fair in like 132 quid. I would have paid that. But yeah, so I've got a bid on a Mittelstadt. Whether that wins or not, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to pay stupid money for one. Whether that wins or not, I have no idea. But people listing up their card for the same as the Sorare buy now should give you an inclination. You're probably asking for a bit much. Who's going to be the Belgian goalie? I think Casteels, yeah. I think Casteels is going to be it. But once I've bought Mittelstadt, then I will probably just tidy up the gallery with a few more cards here or there, like... that just makes sense. And we should have like a few pretty goose darn strong lineups. If it, you know, I'm hoping. I'm looking at it like for like I'm a visual sort of visual learner, I guess. And if I go into training, I can build out like the potential team. So Germany, for example, I don't have a defender yet. But I'm hoping to have a defender. But if I was to run like a full German stack, it would look something like this with Mittelstadt. For the sake of it, though, because I don't have a defender at the moment, I could literally put in like Dallo. Let's just run that, for example, and just like pretend that's my German stack, right? Then we're going with, we've got a French team with Mignon, who I do think is going to play. I'm going to do a bit more research, but I'm pretty sure he is going to play. I don't know if I'm going to run Rabiot in this lineup. I think I'm more likely going to run Bruno Fernandes in this lineup. I don't even think, to be honest, I think I'm actually going to split this lineup up completely. But I'm just, you know, off the riff at the moment, kind of like, this is what I'm kind of looking at. I think these lineups won't be full stacks. I don't imagine I'm going to be playing full stacks with these lineups. Like, at all, really. I should have Casteels and Simon, so 2 70% goalkeepers. Yeah. If I do that as well, what else would I run in this lineup? I might run Rabiot. Rabiot should do pretty well, you'd imagine. I could probably do with, like... I could probably do with a couple more midfielders. Do you still have a Super Rare Zeta? He's linked to City. Could be an interesting hold, even though you're leaving Super Rare. I do still have a Zeta, yes. That is interesting. I mean, he would fit really well. Wonder if his price is reflected the link. I didn't see the link, but I do still have him yet. I had a couple offers. One great offers. That's actually not a bad deal for this guy, to be honest. I think this guy on the right won that. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think any of these cards are that great. Bar Zesra. Sorry, anyway. I'm just brainstorming a moment. I'm just gonna put Rabiot in for the sake of just being able to look at shit, I guess. And then like we have like the Spain setup, which is gonna be like Unai Simon, Laporte, I don't really know what I'm gonna do midfielder wise in this one. It's why I need to buy a couple more, to be fair. I think if Render starts for the Netherlands, that could be a good one. Who starts France midfield, do you think? I think it'd be Tchouaméni, Rabiot and Griezmann. Hello, Gavin. How you doing, mate? Do you know how they would do it with the friendlies? If it's like regular weekend and midweek schedule, some play Monday and some play late in the week. It'll just be it's going to be the same schedule as normal. And then if they're in that, they're in that. And if they're not, they're not, you know? Camavinga. I mean, Camavinga could play. But from looking historically at the way France have played, you know, it's a lot of the time it's been... a lot of the time with France, it's been Rabiot and then like Tchouaméni, especially in their... I'd rather look at like some of their bigger games. I mean, the Morocco one, that was just a third place playoff, I think, wasn't it? Oh no, that wasn't. That was a semi-final. It was Morocco versus Denmark or something like that, wasn't it? For the other one, I can't remember. But like, yeah, it's been like a lot of the time it's been Tchouaméni and it's been Rabiot pretty much as like their double pivot. Camavinga might start playing soon, but Camavinga doesn't really say. Camavinga doesn't really like get a huge amount of game time like at the moment anyway. For Real Madrid, like he does play quite a bit, but like, is it enough to warrant him getting into that team? Is like questionable. I don't know. Yeah, and then we can. I mean, this is one of those where it's like we can maybe run like an Eriksen and like I don't know something else here, like a Walker, for example, if he's going to play, right? That's like probably extras. So looking at these from a visual POV, I think I'd mix these up anyway. I'd probably run like, depending on matchups, I'd mix these up. I think what I would like to get is probably another. I've already bid on a Mittelstadt. That's fine for defenders. I think I would like probably one or two more midfielders. Maybe one midfielder, one forward, or two midfielders, one forward. It's a weird one though, because I have some options like that aren't great, but they're just extras as well. What about Kante? If he gets called up, maybe he gets game time. Potentially, but do you think he gets thrown straight into a starting 11 after a year in Saudi and not playing in the national team for over a year? It's like, I don't think so. We're talking about Deschamps here. The guy picks his teams very meticulously. Very unlikely. Do I think Mittelstadt is a guaranteed starter? I think he's pretty nailed on, to be honest. I don't see him, like, I don't see them running like somebody else at left back, if I'm being honest. I think Nagelsmann likely runs very similar setups to the last two friendlies where they've actually had some success after really poor national team games. They look like they've built. I think the only one I find interesting is Sané. I don't know if Leroy Sané is gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen with Leroy Sané. To be honest, that's like the only one where I'm like, I don't really know if he comes in or not. But like these two games, they played exceptionally well. I'd imagine the lineups look pretty similar with these two games. I'm gonna see if these are exactly the same lineups. They pretty much are. It'll probably be like these, but with Neuer in goal instead. Is very likely. Do I really want to play them as stacks? I'd mix them. Yeah, no, I'm not going to play them as stacks, to be honest. I think, like, looking at it, I definitely need some more pieces. I'm definitely not ready yet. But if we go to 485, I'll just use All-Star Rare because everyone's aren't there. Like, Germany have got a phenomenal fixture. So, Neuer probably... Like, this is a difficult thing. Is I almost would run a full German stack here. But I'd probably go with, like... I mean, Kroos isn't showing up here, but it'd be Kroos in midfield. Then it'd be, like, Wirtz and Mbappe, maybe. So that's why I need to get another forward as well, because I'd probably play, like, Mittelstadt here with, like, Kroos. And then my second lineup would be, like, Mignon, Theo Hernandez, Kimmich, forward, extra. Bruno Fernandes, maybe. I'd love a Havertz for this tournament. I feel he's going to bang. I'm not sure I agree with you. I think he's going to get a decent amount of goals, but, like, he's not a forward card, right? And I think that's why it's like, you know what I mean? That's why like, if he was a forward card, I would want a Havertz as well. But as a midfielder, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of his scores will look like this, where he gets, like, a goal and an assist and no AA. That's what I think is going to happen. I might be completely wrong, but that's just what I feel like is going to happen with Havertz. Like, he'll get a lot of 60-point games and not, like, 80, 90-point games. Whereas I like the Kroos, for example, Kimmich, people that get good AA could get a decisive, you know? Just need midfield at the moment. I've got Pickford, Van Dijk, Konate, Gakpo. Need a mid, probably another forward. Do I think that Nubel and Undav get any game time in the Euros or even the friendly against Ukraine? Also, do you think Anthony Gordon starts? I don't think Nubel or Undav get any game time at all, to be honest. Do I think Gordon starts? No. I don't think any of them are going to... I think Gordon will get a good amount of game time. Don't think he's going to start, personally. Who's got the easiest group there, do you think? Probably Portugal. Or Belgium. That's great with it. Being in mid really hinders Kai. I agree. Wouldn't count on Havertz 60 merchant. That's what I'm saying. That's the tough thing with Havertz. I think like very likely. I mean, even if we look at we look at his stats here, right? 3 shots, 1 attempted assist. Doesn't get any of these really. Got dual pass once, that's a duel lost. Seven duels lost here. A foul committed. This is probably a 60-point game for Havertz. Probably got a BCM in there as well. Like this one's like that's a 30-point game for Havertz. You know what I mean? That's why I went and bought Wirtz today. I feel like I think I've got the 2 best forwards for the Euros here, Mbappe and Wirtz. It's like. It's the thing is with the Euros, what I'm noticing a bit more as well, there really isn't that many nailed on starters in the forward category that people can rely on, which is why I look at it. I think, you know, Mbappe and Wirtz should be 2 better ones. Griezmann's a great shout as well. Musiala's a good one. The issue with Musiala, I think Musiala is going to fight with Sané for game time more than Wirtz is going to. I think Musiala is a better player than Wirtz, but I think with the way Musiala plays more out wide as like a winger, and I think that when Germany want to be more direct, they're likely going to take Musiala off for Sané. I feel like Musiala might be one of the first subs. Lukaku and Doku could be good for the groups, but not so much in the knockout stage. Yeah, let's have a look at their group again. I mean, their groups they've got a relatively easy group on paper. Doku for me, I really like Doku at Rem. I really like Doku at Rennes. I don't like Doku so much at City. I feel like he's been found out. He just does the same trick over and over again. He played more as a right winger at Rennes, which gave him a bit more freedom because he really doesn't have a left foot. I think that he's kind of been found out a lot at City, where he just does the same body feint. I'm starting to not rate him anywhere near as highly as I used to. I'm not sure about that. I mean, looking at it from a POV of here, I mean, I think both Musiala and Wirtz are going to start regardless, almost every game, I would say. But I think looking at who would I take off first out of Musiala and Wirtz, I would probably take off. It's difficult. Musiala is really good though. I don't know. It's a tough one. I would say they both start and Sané's a sub for the first 2 games, and he understands Gundogan doesn't fit the team. Yeah, maybe. I'd like to see Wirtz get like the attacking midfielder role. Ukraine forwards could be good. How have Ukraine been performing? Let's have a look at their last 2 wins and see how they performed. Saigankov's a good shout. Saigankov's decent shout. He's been starting. Dovbyk, decent game there. Yeah, I mean, you could be spot on, to be fair. Looking at the way they've set up last couple of games. I mean, their group, bar Belgium, is not horrendous. I think Pedri could be really good for the Euros as well. I like the idea of a Pedri. I think I may have missed the boat on Pedri. Yeah. That one sold really cheap. I like that Rockport one. I like Pedri a lot. I think I was saying this in the last stream. Lunin will be good. I don't know if I agree on the basis that, like, I don't like Ukraine's defense. I think Lunin likely concedes. And I think that will be a problem. Because you'll have a lot of goalkeepers that won't concede a lot of goals. You know? Lunin could be good for AA, but, like, won't keep a clean sheet against Belgium, right? And I also feel like against Romania and Slovakia, I just feel like he'd concede still. Do you know what I mean? Doku is still a top-level winger. He's bound by City's playstyle. I don't think he's been found out by any means. No, I disagree with you. I disagree highly with that. I think Doku's got one. I think Doku's a one-trick pony and he's been found out. I think that he definitely has got room to improve, but as it currently stands, I don't think he's a very, what's the word? I don't think he's very unpredictable. Who are my top 3 goalie picks for the Euros? I would say Neuer, Pickford, and maybe Diogo Costa. I would say in order, yeah, I'd say in order, Neuer, Pickford, Diogo Costa for me. And the reason why I put Diogo Costa in there, I think they've got a really decent group. They've got a really solid defense as well. And I like him. I think he's a good player as well. I would put like, you know, Unai Simon in there, but I think he's got quite a difficult group there. I think that obviously France like Mignon's a great shout as well, but I think France have got quite a difficult group. Courtois has not gone to the Euros. He won't play. He won't be in the Euros. Yeah, no, he's not gone. Robin made a hell of a clear up being a one-trick pony. I don't disagree that maybe he's not crazy and predictable, but still believably good in 1v1 scenarios. Maybe what's playing on my mind is the fact that Wan-Bissaka absolutely pocketed him last weekend. But like more and more I'm seeing why he doesn't start a huge amount of games. You know? Like I see why he doesn't. I feel like a player like this should be starting a lot more games than he is. And I understand more and more why he's not starting a lot of games. I just think he's not adding much to City at all. I think when he first came, like he hit the ground running because like what he did was different, you know? And he was like, and it was hard to defend against. But now I just feel like, I don't know. I think that he's got one trick. And I think against Prem defenses, it's difficult. But you never know. I could be totally off the mark. He could, like Gvardiol didn't start great to see, and you know, Gvardiol didn't start great at City, and towards the back end of the season's been really strong. So yeah, that's good. Wan-Bissaka did play him very well, but he still bagged. I think you could argue that's a sign of a top level player. Nah, I'm not giving him anything. I'm not giving him that goal. Yeah, he scored that goal, but that should not have gone in. Onana made an absolute blunder for that. But it's fair enough. He did score, but yeah. Like, it was a really, really poor shooting opportunity that he got very lucky it went in. Onana should easily save that, in my opinion. I thought it was really poor from him. I've got a bid on a Mittelstadt at the moment. I haven't bought him yet. I've got a bid on a Mittelstadt right now. Moves that I've made so far. So, since the last stream, I made a big boy trade. We put on my big boy pants and made a big boy trade. And I finally got rid of my super rare Griezmann. You guys let me know what you think of this trade, by the way. I'm intrigued to see what you guys think of this trade. So, I sent my super rare Griezmann, who is an in-season super rare Griezmann, but that doesn't matter anymore because he's now a classic, because you don't need in-season over the summer at all. In return, I got Diego Rossi, Santiago Rodriguez, Kai Wagner, Kylian Mbappe, and Thiago Almada rares. I think for my gallery, the trade makes a lot of sense. I've picked up 4 top-level pieces for the MLS for the summer. You know, I needed a really good defender, so I might pick up a second Kai Wagner or like a second defender that's really good. I'm still waiting to see how Mickey Mane sort of is consistency wise, and then obviously like I needed another forward, which is quite funny because I actually filled another gap. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, and then Almada and Rodriguez are great midfield depth as well. Incredible trade when you consider 1, how tough super rares are to move, and 2, Griezmann's heavily linked with a move away within a year or 2. That's true. That is very true. And also, I literally couldn't play that Griezmann in a good lineup ever. That was the biggest thing. It was like, the biggest thing was like, I kept not using Griezmann in I kept just not using Griezmann in lineups, which was annoying. I think it's the first time I see a deal with a both that screams, wow, Griezmann is super risky for the future too. Oh, with a bot, sorry. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this wasn't like... So, it was a trade with Basilbot, but I actually DM'd Basilbot and we spoke back and forth about this trade. It wasn't like... I didn't give it to the bot. It was Basilbot did it manually. No, I don't think they are botchable, not yet. So yeah, it was one of those where it's like we kind of like discussed it rather than just the bot. But yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with it, to be honest. And then I won Arango, which is another great, like I got him as a tier 1 rare from All-Star Rare. So it actually filled another gap because I needed another in-season rare forward. So I was very happy about that because he has been absolutely smashing this season. Like, he has been unbelievable. Fills a huge gap. And what I like about this as well is, like, I've won him now in a week where he's going to play Seattle Sounders. Maybe gets brought off a little bit early as well. Maybe gets like 70 minutes. Likely Seattle Sounders win the game and probably gets brought off early to then have a home game against Austin right after. Like, I like it. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully a big 100 coming from the home game against Austin right before the break. So it's good timing, I think. And then I went and picked up a Flovert's forward card today. I paid £650 for the card. Now, the reason why I'm quite happy with this pickup is because his midfielder card is selling for about 590, and there is a massive lack of, in my opinion, reliable forwards for the Euros. You've got Griezmann, Mbappe, you've got players like that, but then I look at like other options, and unless you're paying for like a Harry Kane or someone like that, like I just don't think there's that many great options. So that's why I went and picked up a Flovert's forward card today to sort of strengthen my Euros setup. So I'm probably like 3 or 4 cards away from being like how I want to be set for the Euros. So yeah. Any good sites for team news? I don't know where to look now. Play Sharper is gone. We'll see with Predictify when that's up and running, how that goes. Yeah, Arango didn't have a great game last game, did he? That's quite a funny one, to be fair. But I will say, in a 3-3 game, like, it's one of those where I'm happy that he had a game like this when I didn't have him, you know? Lewandowski. Yeah, Lewandowski's playing, but then again, like, we look at the groups. I look at Poland's group, and I'm like, do I think Lewandowski's scoring many goals in this group? Against Netherlands and France? I don't know. MLS forwards are really unreliable once you get outside of basically Bouanga and Cucho, who have been hurt all year, Rango and of course Messi. Yep. Yeah, at least he's getting those chances, that's true. Maximum 2 goals. Yeah, and they're both going to be against Austria probably. And Austria aren't even a pushover anymore either. I mean, I think Ralph Rangnick will have them playing really well. So it's, you know, it's difficult. Just the eye test been unreal. Yeah, I'm really happy that Arango. How do I think Carranza gets on in the Eredivisie? I like Carranza. I think he's a good player. But I don't know. Giroud should hopefully light the league up. Yeah, I mean, I've got a Giroud in-season card. So that's another in-season forward that I do have for when he does start playing for LAFC. I just wonder when that's going to be. Because he likely takes a break after the Euros. So Austria beat Germany last year. Yeah, but last year's hard to go off because Germany were absolutely awful. Austria have got a different manager now as well. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. But no, I'm pretty happy with the moves I've made recently, to be fair. You know, moving forward, I'm just going to continue pushing out super rares and you know, trying to bring in rares. As someone who's invested a lot into the game, do you have a set allocation of funds, percentage of income that you're willing to put into the game, or do you just see gaps in your gallery and fill them? Pretty much the latter. I try now and sell to bring in or win to bring in. I think with how good my gallery is, theoretically, I should be able to win enough to buy new players. The managers were the same. Ralph Rangnick was the manager of Austria last year. Are you sure? Maybe he was actually, yeah. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Damn. That's gone really quick. But I think Germany are a lot different now to what they were before. Anyway, I think Germany are way different now. I think Germany going to be a totally different side of this Euros. They were absolute dog shit for the last like 2 years. Back answering the question what Glenn just asked. I like to think my gallery's at a point now where I can win enough to reinvest money that I win. I'm also trying to sell my super rares to bring in rares at the moment. So like I've not invested money in a while, like my own money. I'm not against it, and I will at some point, but like at the moment I would like to just win to reinvest rather than put more money in. Why have you picked up that Red X Limited? I didn't. Basil just included this in a. I sold Basil my super rare Griezmann, and I think so it didn't show up as him selling for lower. It like auto does it. Let me show you where. Here we go. Yeah. I think when you include a player, it goes as a trade, so that it doesn't show up on the main page that he sold for like 750, so that people like won't sell it for less or whatever. You know what I mean? I think I did really well selling this Suarez for this as well. To be honest, I think I did very well getting. 750 for this card, or 740. I think I did very well for that. Do I think Verts moves to the Prem after the Euros? No, I don't think it goes to the Prem at all. I think it could go to Bayern. Bayern's a very likely place he could end up, but I also think what the price of Verts at the moment, like Verts does not sell for less than 100 million. I think he stays at Leverkusen. I don't see like this is the thing, right? Not you, Bobby, but other people I've spoke to have talked about Leverkusen players moving to other clubs, right? Oh, he might go to Bayern, he might go here. I don't see why many players would leave. This is the thing. I don't see why many players would move away from Leverkusen right now. They've just gone like they've just lost one game in an entire season, right? They've got Champions League football, play extremely attractive football. Like, I don't see why most of those players would leave. I think a lot of those players will stay. I think Tar, Frimpong, and Palacios are the three that leaves, and they'll likely replace them with really good players. Very few players. Yeah, exactly. Like the only team this summer that could probably afford Verts would be PSG. I think that's the only team that could afford Verts this summer, and he's like, I don't think he goes to PSG. Let's be honest. I can't think of another team realistically that has the funds to bring in a Flo Verts, unless maybe Man City. But when did Man City ever spend that on a player like that? You know what I mean? They rarely spend 100 mil. They spent it on Grealish, but that's about it. Yeah, I think Frimpong's gone as well. Yeah. He said that he'll stay for at least 1 or 2 more years. Nice. Yeah, my thing at the moment's been, so next season, little insight into my sort of strategy for next season. I want to try and go. I want to basically have a gallery that's Champ Europe and MLS. Basically, that's kind of how, because they're the two favorite areas for me. I don't like the Belgian league or the Eredivisie very much, and the reason why I don't like that is because I can't watch it easily. If I want to watch the Eredivisie or the Belgian league, I have to find a dodgy stream that's like 480p, and it's just not fun, not an enjoyable experience. Whereas most of Champ Europe I can watch downstairs on the sofa on my TV, and the MLS I can watch on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, right? I can watch that comfort downstairs on my sofa. I can just relax and watch it. I'll be doing that tonight. I'll be watching the MLS games tonight on my sofa. So what I want, and that's where I have fun. I enjoy Sorare when I can actually watch the games and enjoy watching the games. So what I'll be doing with my gallery for next season, likely, is running a majority Champ Europe and MLS gallery. So what I've been doing, and like what the reason why some of the deals I've been making have been the deals I've been making, is because I would like to have. What I've been doing is trying to eye up Euros purchases that also will go to play either Bundesliga or La Liga next season. So Mbappe and Verts make perfect sense, right? Laporte, I think Laporte is very possible that he ends up at Bilbao next year. I believe he is from, is it Catalonia? I've seen rumours of him going to Bilbao before. I think he's going to leave Saudi Arabia because they are going to bin him off because they want to bring new signings in and they don't like him at all. So that's why I picked up a rare Laporte after selling my super rare Laporte. And also he should play for Spain Basque, sorry. Yes, Basque. That's what I meant. Sorry, yeah, not Catalonia. Basque. Yeah, I think he is Basque. And so I do see a world in where he goes to Bilbao next year. That's why I picked him up. A bit of a risky one, but I like the gamble sometimes. So that's why I've made certain deals recently. Because I want to try and have a good chunk of La Liga lineups, a good chunk of Bundesliga lineups, and then some champions in the middle as well. Do I think that Unai Simon will get a move? I think it's unlikely. Bilbao don't typically sell players that often, especially like key players in their teams. Like they will, if they've got a youngster, like I think Nico Williams probably gets sold. It's very unlikely that they go and sell the likes of Unai Simon and people like that, because like typically they don't do that often. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Let me just reply to something real quick, one sec. There we go. The only Bilbao I've seen linked away is Nico. Yeah, exactly. I like Bilbao as a team as well. They don't buy players, just homegrown players. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. So it's like, it's unlikely. That's why I think Laporte might go back to Bilbao. I think it's very possible. I just thought he's too good to stay. I don't think so. They get Champions League football next year, don't they? Don't Bilbao get Champions League football? They not come third? I might be completely wrong on that, by the way. I do apologise if I am. But I thought for some reason they came third. They did not come third. They came fifth. Sorry, they get Europa League. I thought they got. I thought they came third for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but they get Europa League football. Even still, I think that's still good. You know, like I think that's probably good enough to keep a lot of their players playing European football. Damn Granada, bro. Yikes. Just looking at some of the teams that missed out, really. Sevilla in 14th is rough. 14th. He meant Julen Agarizabala? Wait, what? What? That's why I really enjoy Japanese football. Few games streamed on YouTube every week with high quality and good spot of currency. Yeah, exactly. I think I think that's such a great way for football, you know? So look at this. Damn, Van der Voort is CB. Let's go. Your offer got rejected. Well, stop undercutting me then, Tom C. This Tom C guy, like, this guy keeps making me offers for my Super Air Munoz, right? And like, don't get me wrong, that's probably not a horrendous offer, 150, right? It's probably similar to the last sale, but like, he's going to be a great defender for the fucking Copa America thing. I'm not going to sell it. Like, I'm not selling for that. I want to sell him for more than that. I think he's a good defender. Damn, Combs ain't gonna play. I don't know. I think whenever the last sale on a card is Basilbot, someone Basilbot in the card, I'm like, that's not what this card's worth. That's not what this card's worth. I think this card's worth more than this. And including Glasner. I think this is going to be a good defender to have next year. I'm not playing Super Rare. Look at these scores, man. Munoz has been fucking phenomenal for Crystal Palace. This is a like a really decent card, you know. And they play against Paraguay and Costa Rica. I think that's good spots for him. I ain't selling him for pennies on the dollar. Considering he's literally selling for about, well, 50 quid here, 40 to 50 quid. I don't know. I think it's a £200 card to me personally. I don't want to sell him for less than that. I think he's a super rare. But I think it's each their own. I think it's each their own. He's €108 twice. Yeah, one of them was Basil though. Like Basil, the bot pays a lot less the bot pays under what the card usually goes for. I want to see how the Conference League finals going. Damn, 0-0. Damn. I love, by the way, I bought this Ranieri card. You know what? Just guess where I bought this Ranieri card. Guess what the first game I got out of this Ranieri card was. If you guessed Club Brugge versus Fiorentina, his 1 minute, you are correct. You are absolutely 100% correct. I bought him after the Hellas Verona game, where he's starting most games, and he played 1 minute, got benched, dropped to 14 in 90 minutes, and got benched again. Well done, Ryan. Can we get a clap for me? Well done, Ryan. You are great at Sorare. I'm excited for the MLS slate tonight, though. Hello, Sellers. How are you, mate? You right? I'm gonna do some eavesdropping. What's Sellers been up to lately? What's he been doing? Let me sniff out the deals he's been making. Oh, I want an Aaron Herrera in-season card, but he's just expensive. For the output that he's had recently, he's just a bit too expensive for me. Oh, the trade was Basel selling him, not Basel buying him. Oh, that changes a little bit then, actually, to be fair. That changes a little bit, to be fair. I don't know. I still think this is cheap for Munoz. Personally, I think this is cheap for Munoz, man. For someone that is looking likely to be a very decent defender, I don't know. Do you guys think? What do you guys think? £150 for Munoz. Do you guys think that's reasonable? I think that's cheap. He's a player that's shown for Colombia. He's a consistent starter and scores well for Colombia. For Crystal Palace, he's a consistent starter and has been scoring really well for Crystal Palace, considering it's his first time playing in the Premier League. Like, he's been having some great games. Too cheap? Yeah, I think so as well. I'm going to hold out, I think, as well. Let me sniff out what Salah's been up to. Oh, Salah's. Oh. Munoz at £50 a card after Eze and Elise leave. Might be good to bin him off soon. Munoz is a £50 card after Eze and Elise leave. Do you think? You think that's a Super as a £50 card? Yeah, I think 200 is like. I thought 200 was quite reasonable for that card. 175 to 119 is about right. That's fair. I don't think he's a £50 card once Eze and Elise leave. Like, realistically, Elise is probably gone. Good chance Eze does not go this summer, by the way. But also, like, yes, they've both been absolutely phenomenal, right? But it's about how Palace play. It's not so much like I don't think that massively impacts Munoz. I think it's a lot of it's about how Palace play. I mean, getting a lot of final third passes, being high up the pitch. Like, I think for me, I don't think he's going to die off. I don't think Munoz dies off if both of them leave. Yeah, I'd agree, Bobby. I think that's quite reasonable. He's been great in attack, but if you play as an Elise with bang average players, what happens to his output? Do you really? First of all, do you think they're going to replace him with bang average players? Second of all, I think a lot of it's been down to Glasner and how Glasner wants his Palace to be set up. And I don't think that necessarily means that you need Eze and Elise in that team when you can have players that do a similar job. Do you know what I mean? Like, both good players, don't get me wrong. But how much of Munoz's scores are directly related to both of them? And the reason why I like Munoz a lot is because a couple of his games have been without decisives. Getting these scores, he had a 4 in attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily based on Eze and Elise. And that's against Newcastle at home. Against Burnley, similar, where he had an 80 based off AA. Like, it's not necessarily just decisives. That's why I quite like this card, personally. Mateta scored 12 goals or so under Glasner before he scored 3. So I think it's not all depending on them two, but they are great for sure. I agree with that. That's a very fair assessment. Only way they sell both if they get a massive fee for the second. They will certainly have the dollars to replace him with quality. I agree. He's dealt with the physical demands of the Prem extremely well. Yeah, I agree with that. I was very surprised. I knew he'd do okay. I remember saying to PSG fans, I was like, he's going to do quite well in the Prem. Like, he should be all right against, like, your Burnleys, your Sheffield United. I didn't think he'd be as good against, like, Villa and against, like, you know, United and Newcastle, you know. I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. Bayern after Wharton? I doubt it. I extremely doubt it. Bayern don't have the funds to buy Wharton. Well, they do. They do have the funds to buy Wharton, but like, they're Bayern's first choice, just in general. If Fiorentina wins, Havertz from Torino, it will be a Euro champion, Europe Conference League goalkeeper. Nice. Yeah, like Bayern could go and buy Wharton, but the first player they're going to go buy probably Theo Hernandez, right? That's likely the first player they go and buy. Once they spend 70 million or so on Theo Hernandez, maybe more than that, they won't have the funds to just go out and splash on Wharton straight away. Like, they will likely have to sell first, and depending on who they sell, I don't think a player like Wharton has ever been the type of player Bayern go and buy, because they'd be spending 70 plus million on Wharton, who has had half a good season. Don't get me wrong, I think he's great, but he's had half a good season, and like, when have Bayern ever gone and splashed loads of cash on a youngster that's like just broken through from England? I don't think that'll happen. I wonder if Alex Garcia starts for Leverkusen. I think if Palacios goes, it's very likely he probably starts. Yeah, I'll be back in 1 second. Grab a drink. I'm back. Why is Jose Sa so cheap? That's a good question. Should we search his name and see if anything comes up? No idea, mate. Castella's going to Saudi. Damn. Damn, son. Where'd you find this? How has that affected his price? Hasn't. It's made it go. He's gonna be the Euros goalie, so it's not going down at all. It's quite funny. It's actually really, really good protection being the Euros goalie there. It's quite funny. Just came out. I saw that news earlier today. Anyway, in like a Discord, I think. So I think like his price should be affected in some way already. Close that down. Wonder who goes to be Wolfsburg's #1 then. Don't know. It's a good question, to be fair. But maybe whoever was playing before. Who was in the sticks? This guy, Paveo. No, he's 36 years old. Very unlikely, isn't it? Probably not going to be Paveo Pervan. Hopefully he comes to Celtic. Who Casteels? No, he's off to Saudi. I saw in a Discord today that he's signed with a Saudi team already. Got this weird feeling that Jason Steele goes to Celtic. No rumours at all. Just feel that. They love an aging English keeper who's out of favour in the Prem club. I'd love that. I've got a Jason Steele rare. I would not be against that at all, to be honest, mate. I've got a rare Steele. Did I get any rewards from this card? No, he literally did fuck all for my gallery. Brilliant. That was a great buy, Ryan. Well done, man. Smart guy. Just fits the profile. Yeah, he's like a Joe Hart regen. They're heavily linked to Gaetan Kook. I wonder if his prices reflect those links. I was saying to PSU fans, them getting a good goalkeeper would honestly make the Celtic stack ridiculously OP. Because Joe Hart was a bit of a liability for Celtic. Like, I don't think he was, like, terrible at all. But he just, like, the biggest letdown from a Celtic POV was Joe Hart. I think he could have saved a lot of shots that he let in this season. I think that's been a lot of the letdown when it comes to Celtic, right? If they get a really decent goalkeeper, that stack would be even better than it already is. You know what I mean? You got Scales, who's a phenomenal defender, SO5 wise. You've got Rio Hazarte should stay. He's a great midfielder, SO5 wise. I mean, they always hold a lot of position as well, you know. What are your thoughts on Leao this season? I thought this year, like middle of the year, he was quite average. But he kind of picked it up. Like this sort of area here, he was kind of meh. And then like towards the back end of the season, he started to score some more goals because he went on a bit of a goal drought, didn't he? Of like 8 games or something like that without a goal. I think it was like this stretch, including cup games and stuff like that, I think. Hello, Rock. How you doing, mate? You think Scales gets replaced? Didn't he just sign a new contract? I'm sure I saw they just signed a new contract. Castillo's rejected Anderlecht and is going to Saudi. Yeah, I saw that. Celtic should sign Muric from Burnley. Do you own a Muric from Burnley? Celtic should just like go and get like whoever I've got, mate. who my goalies? Let's have a look at some of my goalkeepers. Like Houghton Leite. Do you Celtic want to go get him? Or like Iñaki Peña. Maybe Celtic want to go get Iñaki Peña. Heaton have fit Celtic pretty well. I'll say that. New contract, but he's not good enough for UCL. Maybe not. I wouldn't know. David De Gea would make a lot of sense actually. Yeah, Ulrich maybe. Yeah, get big Sven. Yeah, you know. How about Danny Vukovic? Bring him out of retirement. Why did Lars Understall go up, by the way? Like, I noticed his rare, like, got a few people buying it. This, like, area here. Anyone know why? Anything happened with Lars Understall? I don't remember if I searched his name up or not. Oh, for fuck's sake, Ryan. Come on, you can do this. Come on. Come on, Ryan. You can do this. There you go. Well done, man. Smart. Would take De Gea. De Gea's class, to be fair. No. No new news. Your gallery's becoming a goalkeeper cemetery? I hear that. I hear that. There we go. Maybe they get Lunin. I don't know what Celtic pay. Does Celtic pay well? They pay well enough to get a player like De Gea? Maybe they go get like Sportiello or like Morante. I'd take that. No? How about Matthias Cobbing? Any chance this guy goes like a Bundesliga 2 side? I remember winning this guy. Look, that's basically a Celtic shirt. Does that pretty much confirms? I know this is on June 8th, 2023, but that's basically look at that. That's basically a Celtic shirt.
Ende vom Tag sollten.
That's basically a Celtic shirt. Like that's that, guys. I think Matthias Cobbing is going to Celtic, guys. Guys, £500 you can have my Super Rare. Ignore the one that's already on sale for £2.95. Mine's in season, and it will stay in season because I decided that it will. All right, guys, go and buy my Super Rare. Matthias Cobbing. Oh, man. Cummings like a legend, but only a training keeper? For fuck's sake. Thought, like... Has he ever played a minute? Oh my god, he's never played. For fuck's sake, man. For fuck's sake. He's the Scott Carson of Cologne. He'll be the third keeper for Cologne next season, even in second division. Goodness sakes, man. Cobbing. Does anyone want to go to Cologne's goalkeeper training facility with a baseball bat? Your big will be started for Cologne. My big what? Any chance that Neto isn't, like, finished at Bournemouth either? Like, I hate the fact that all of a sudden now, this card, price-wise, is getting treated like he's just never going to start a game again. Like, this card went from being, like, a reasonable price for a Prem goalkeeper. This is literally the price of a goalie that people don't think will ever play again. £20 for his rare. People don't expect this guy to ever play a game of football again. Not everyone can be robbed. That's true. What the fuck is? I know this is a crazy thing. He's the price of he's the price of someone that's just announced retirement or whatever. You know what I mean? And Neto's MLS material goalkeeper. I'm holding on to his super rare because I just like. I'm hoping he gets a move somewhere and I can sell it for like 300-400 quid. But like, I don't know. The issue is Neto. I searched up and you can't find fucking anything. Like, Neto Bournemouth. What? Continue going to MLS or Brazil, to be fair. Brazil keepers order. Brazil play to their 45. Neto's boyhood club is Paranese, and their keeper may be off to Inter soon. Perhaps he goes back to Brazil. Wouldn't mind that. Would not mind that at all. Would not mind that at all. You know what? Hang on. Anyone got Neto's number? I'm going to ring him up right now and tell him it's a good idea. Hello, Neto. I was planning to save money, but might just invest in his rare. I mean, I wouldn't if I were you. It's fucking no news at all, mate. I mean, it's up to you. You got a Snapchat? Oh, perfect. You just want to send him streaks tonight and, like, just, like, tell him to fucking... By the way, the Gangwon boys that I bought, like, or awful buy. What a terrible team Gangwon are. They are absolutely terrible. They win games, that's the annoying thing. But, like, for SO5, they're just dog shit. I've really not done well with that at all. Let me see if Sorare Data have got the friendlies on there yet. Shock, they don't. Let me message Laird, actually. Message Laird real quick, see if they get them on there. Because I would like to look at, like, just details of the friendlies whilst I build my lineups and see sort of how they go. Every week they put 100% for Ranieri and he never fucking plays. Which idiot's projecting this shit? I wish there was a thing on Sorare Day where if you're an idiot and you go and project people to start, like, the fucking opening day of lock and you get it wrong, you don't get to project again. God, this is the problem with lineup projections. They're stupid sometimes because they're flipping, like, they're great when you look on like a Friday morning or a Tuesday morning. Like, they're usually quite spot on. But, like, I want people to not be silly billies and go and put players that haven't started in 5 games projected a guaranteed start on the day that it opens. Like, sorry, I'm ranting. I'm ranting a little bit there, guys. Sorry. Why am I looking at it now? Because sometimes you want to look and just, you know. It's nice to look early at what you may be having for the weekend without pick scores being skewed because some silly beggar has gone and like been a silly Billy. Do you know what I mean? I'm also likely going to change these up completely anyway. Do you know what I might end up doing? I might put... I kind of feel like putting my phone... I kind of want to buy an in-season Kai Wagner. I feel like buying an in-season Kai Wagner. Thoughts on it? Ajax, U23 stack. Ajax suck. Why would you want to buy an Ajax stack? $300 floor price. New coach? Don't know. Bottle jobs, mate. Bottle jobs. It can only go up from here. Sure. Yep. Sure. Yeah, possible. That's definitely possible. Once McGlynn goes for the International Olympics, Wagner will get his sets back as well. Yeah. I mean, he's already been solid anyway, to be honest. He's already been, like, decent anyway, and that's without, like, the set pieces, you know? So... Can't get worse than 8th place. I think it's more so the fact that, like, it's about being good on SO5 as well. Ajax haven't been particularly great SO5 wise since they lost Ten Hag. I think that's the biggest issue for Ajax at the moment. I'm like, do I want to go and get a Kai Wagner in season? The reason why I'm debating getting an in season Kai Wagner is because I don't really have any great in season bar Tolkien. Tolkien's decent, but like, I'd like to play. I feel like playing Yamane in this lineup sucks. Yamane just like not been great. He's had one good game, so I don't understand why he's always like a double or triple A pick score. Because he hasn't. That's not a double or triple A pick score for anyone. You know, he had a couple of good games, but that's just an average card. And I don't know if I want to go and throw like Yamane into this lineup where I've got Raphael, who's got a great chance at a clean sheet, Rodriguez, who's just got a great chance at smashing, Messi, who's Messi, Heel, who's Heel. If I went and got an in-season Kai Wagner, I could play classic Kai Wagner in this lineup. Probably put Messi in over Magnus Mattsson as my classic in this lineup. And then... yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I want to spend my money on fucking Euros cards as well, though. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, guys, I think on that note, I'm going to call it there. Only a short one tonight, but I wanted to sort of go over what we've been up to. Turn to God and ask him. Guy didn't listen to me. I think I'm going to call it there for this evening's stream, boys. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll be back again maybe tomorrow, if not then maybe Saturday. So yeah, take care of yourselves, boys. I'll catch you all then. Have a good one, everyone. See you later, guys.